the Super 7. Stretch and shrink to incredible adventures with Super Stretch and Micro Woman, the world's most fantastic superheroes.
On September 9th, 1978, two new superheroes hit the small screen as part of the Tarzan and the Super 7 block of CBS Saturday morning cartoons. The cartoon block of 7 cartoons would run from 1978 to 1980, with Tarzan being the lead-in cartoon.
Here I was born, and here my parents died when I was but an infant. I would have soon perished too had I not been found by a kindly she-ape named Kala, who adopted me as her own and taught me the ways of the wild. I learned quickly and grew stronger each day, and now I share the friendship and trust of all jungle animals. The jungle is filled with beauty and danger, and lost cities filled with good and evil. This is my domain, and I protect those who come here, for I am Tarzan, Lord of the Jungle.
The other shows in the block would be 15 minutes or less. Making up the Super 7 was the New Adventures of Batman, which brought back Adam West and Burt Ward as Batman and Robin, in a somewhat sequel to the 60s live-action show.
Greetings, Bat fans. This is Batman.
And Robin, the Boy Wonder.
And me too, Bat-Mite.
Welcoming you to the new adventures of Batman. Watch us wage our never-ending battle of good versus evil.
Ride with us as we chase the greatest array of villains the world has ever seen, proving that crime does not pay.
Get set for thrills and action. Join me, Batman.
And me, Robin the Boy Wonder.
And Batgirl. And me too, Bat-Mite.
In the super new adventures of
Batman.
Also on the cartoon block was The Freedom Force, starring Isis, Super Samurai, and Sinbad. No, not that Sinbad.
Merlin, Master of Magic. Sinbad, Hero of the Seven Seas. And Super Samurai, Giant of Justice. Join them now on another adventure through time and fantasy. The Freedom Force. Jason
of Star Command would be the only live-action show during the block.
This is the world of Jason of Star Command. A space-age soldier of fortune determined to stop the most sinister force in the universe. Dragos, Master of the Cosmos. Aiding Jason in his battle against evil is a talented team of experts, all working together in a secret section of Space Academy. Jason of Star Command.
The other cartoons would include the ocean theme Manti and Mori, the trio superhero team of Spaceadel, the female superhero Web Woman, and the one we're talking about today, the African-American badass Super Stretch and Micro Woman.
Now it's time for Super Stretch, Man of Rubber, and his wife, Micro Woman, world's smallest superheroine.
The show would star Chris and Chrissy Cross, two normal 70s suburban couple. Now their names make it sound like they are twins, but Chris and Chrissy were married. The two were not as normal as they appeared. Chris could change his body into any shape that he wished, from an airplane to a robot to even a rubber ball. As for Christy, her power was the ability to shrink herself down to microscopic size. Along for the adventure was Trouble, their female dog, a classic sidekick from most 70s cartoons. Now they were a little different than what a lot of kids were seeing for a superhero cartoon on TV back in the 70s. Not only were they the first African-American superhero duo, they also did not change into some superhero costume to fight evil. They just wore their everyday groovy 70s clothes. And they didn't even have secret identities. Well, I guess they had nicknames, as Chris was Super Stretch and Christy was Micro Woman. Although at times it seemed with each episode they wouldn't be able to finish their task, somehow the heroes were able to wrap it all up in the show's 11-minute runtime.
Stop tickling! I can't stand it!
So you may be asking, who did the duo fight? Were there some arch enemy? Well, it's true Super Stretch and Micro Woman, also known as S&M, did fight some supernatural villains. But they also fight more than crime. With some episodes, they had the complete household chores. The show would kick off with the first episode, Bad Things Come in Small Packages. Each episode would open with a narration by Filmation's go-to voiceover talent, Dick Turfield, who you heard on many cartoons of the era, like Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends.
Stretch and shrink to incredible adventures with Super Stretch and Micro Woman.
Super Stretch was voiced by Ty Henderson, who popped up on many 70s TV shows like Starsky and Hutch. Micro Woman's voice was provided by Kim Hamilton, who in 1966 played Angela, a young Starfleet crew member on Star Trek, and she continued to pop up on TV for decades to come. Trouble the Dog was voiced by Frank Wheeler, who kids will know as the voice of Megatron on Transformers, and we all know him as the voice of Fred on Scooby-Doo. And believe it or not, he even provided some of the snake sounds for Raiders of the Lost Ark. Skeletor actor Alan Oppenheimer would also lead the voices to the show, as well as Knots Landing star Joan Van Ark. The show would appear in comic book ads along with the other Super 7 shows, and even a set of stickers got released. Out of the Super 7 block cartoons, none of them really took off, other than Jason of Star Command, the live-action Star Wars meets Star Trek wannabe show. That show would break away from the block cartoon format for its second season and get a 30-minute runtime.
Don't try it, Super Starch. Huh? By coming into our dimension, you put both our worlds in danger.
Hey, what are you talking about?
S&M would be part of 70s TV history, 70s cartoon history, and superhero history. But sadly, they've become yet another in the long list of forgotten cartoons.
I knew he'd say it. I just knew it.
Hey, Junkman channel popping though.
Thank you, sir, for that unsolicited testimony.